Well, you got some big news, right?
I do. Finally, officially announcing the retirement, coming back to Chicago, retiring a Cub. It's all exciting stuff.
Why now, and what do you envision doing in your role as a team ambassador, Anthony?
It's just coming towards the end of the year. It was just had our baby, Anthony Jr., so been just engulfed in joy in that the last 3 months. And it's coming down to September. Talked to Mr. Ricketts and Crane, and the Cubs are rolling right now. The team's young, and they're scrapping right now. I wouldn't say they're rolling, but it's an exciting time, and to be part of the October run and just obviously playing there. I'm going to be a Cub forever, so the ambassador role is going to be amazing to do moving forward, and I'm excited for it.
Riz, first of all, congratulations, buddy. Welcome back to Chicago. It's going to be awesome having you along with Emily and Anthony Jr. I want to know, knowing the emotional attachment you have to things and the type of person you are, how important this was to you, because I just know that your Cub career was so important, and your connections to the city and with Lurie Hospital, everything that you were, it all says Chicago, it all says Cubs.
It means everything, and it really starts from when I first got there. The players there, Dempster taking me under his wing, Soriano, Castro, Reed Johnson, Jeff Baker, Kerry Wood. I could go on, and then getting to know Ernie Hanks, getting to know Billy Williams, seeing all the guys, the past Cubs that would come in, meant so much to me. And I said it all along, but winning the World Series was so much more than just those guys, those 25 guys on the field. It was so many guys who made that happen before us. And now to be able to come back and be one of the Cubs, I guess, greats, to be able to wear the jersey, Ryan Sandberg, who is such a legend in Chicago, and his passing, to now, hopefully create another legacy off the field in Chicago will be amazing.
So, Anthony, obviously 14 years in the majors. Congratulations on a long career. The last 3 with the Yankees. It wasn't that long ago. Seems like you were in the postseason. So you come into this season, and just curious, this is a great landing spot for you. This is a great opportunity. I think Cub fans are going to be really overjoyed. Did you talk to Jed first about maybe being a pinch hitter instead of an ambassador, or maybe a spot first baseman?
I didn't. I think as the year developed, and after last year going to the World Series, I knew last year towards the end it could be it. I put everything I had into baseball. I really enjoyed the last season. I told my parents, I told Emily, I was just like, hey, enjoy these moments, enjoy this playoff run, because I'm not really sure where I'm at, if I want to keep playing or not. And I did want to keep playing at first, and then just as everything developed, if the right opportunity didn't arise, here's where I would be, and I couldn't be happier.
Anthony, we talk to Chris Chelios every week, and he's been pushing you for a part of the roster for months. I'm just curious, when you make the decision to retire and then you're coming back to Chicago, obviously having a child, your wife's from here, I believe, it just all seems to work together the right way. Is it just something that felt like that? Had you been contemplating it for a while? How did it work out?
Well, talking to Shelly is a tough one because he played till he was 50. So, he's pushing you to keep going. I love Shelly, and what he did in the 7th-inning stretch a month or so ago was amazing. He's such a good friend. And to have it come full circle and come back to Chicago means everything. And I really appreciate Tom and Crane reaching out and inviting me back. Honestly, it feeling the love. Obviously, when I got traded, it was kind of out of nowhere, it felt like, and then for them to have Emily and I to dinner and talk to us and come up with the kind of one-day retirement as a Cub. You feel the love and you feel the joy, and being back in Chicago is going to be amazing.
Riz, when you look at the future, I know you have the young family, with Anthony Jr., but you are such a natural in communication and broadcasting. Do you envision a career in broadcasting for yourself? Do you look at yourself as someone maybe with the Cubs, maybe nationally? How do you envision your career moving forward?
I'm not sure. I'm still kind of just playing it all by ear, Bruce. I've dabbled a little bit into TV. I've done some stuff on TBS, MLB Network. I've talked to the old grandpa, Rossi, who's one of my best friends, and we've talked about some things. So it's just kind of take it as it go. I didn't really want to rush into anything. Obviously, I was kind of in limbo early on, but we'll see. I really enjoy talking baseball. I enjoy everything that comes with the game and what the game's given to me. And if I can talk it and help anyone out, I would love to do so.
So looking at this year's Cubs team as an analyst, as somebody who has been following, I imagine, pretty closely, what do you think about them as they enter mid-September? Kyle Tucker, a little bit banged up. They lose their closer, Daniel Palencia. And yet, you just want to get in at this point any way you can. How do you feel about the Cubs heading into October?
I think they're in a good spot. I really do. I think that going into a wild card spot, which isn't obviously locked up or anything yet, they could still win a division, but I think as a realistic outsider looking in, going into a wild card spot when you're a young team can springboard you through a deep run in the playoffs. Because if you get hot in those 3 games, especially if they're at Wrigley, especially if you have the home field advantage with that atmosphere, it could really springboard you. And as a young team, you win one series, it's almost like you're playing with house money, right? And then you win another series, and all right, we're going to do this. So I think they can build a lot of momentum. They have a really good young core, especially with veterans like Happer, Swanson, Kyle Tucker. It's a great team, and it's led by Counsell, who his pedigree speaks for itself.
Anthony, obviously you mentioned the 2016 team, and you look back and the day that 3 of you were, or the week that 3 of you were traded at the same time, Chris Bryant and Javi Baez and yourself. And then you look back at where you guys have gone and the success you might have had afterward. Did you ever envision Kyle Schwarber still being in a position where he hit his 50th home run the other day? He's still going strong. He's not done yet. He may threaten 500 homers in his career. How surprised are you, if you are at all?
Wrigley's a tough field, man, for a left-handed hitter with that wind. I know everyone, emphasizes when the wind blows out, but as you guys know, and everyone's around Wrigley every day, when that wind blows in, especially for a left-handed hitter, I think Hap told me there's only one left-handed hitter ever hit 40 home runs there, and that's Billy Williams, which is an insane stat. But for Schwarber to continue to go, he's such a good human being. He's such a good teammate. He's such a good baseball player, and he loves the game. And the years in Chicago, when he was going good, you would never tell when he was going bad. He was the same guy, and he's still the same guy. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. He's just still the same Kyle Schwarber, and it's so fun and easy to root for him.
Riz, when I think about you, everybody thinks about your career and the World Series. I'll always think of you, if there's ever a statue of you outside there by Wrigley Field, I hope it's a coach hitting you a fungo from second base to first base as you're practicing your trade, because you were one of the greatest first basemen in Cub history, and one of the great first basemen during your career. But to me, that personified the work ethic. What are your thoughts about the work that you have to put in to be a great player like you were?
It takes a lot. Routine is everything. Being able to adjust your routine is everything. And for me, I was so fortunate to be around Castro when I was younger. He played every single day. Alfonso Soriano played every single day, and seeing their routines. David DeJesus, remember working out with him when I was my first year or two in Chicago, and just the routine and the mentality of what it takes to just play every day, good, bad, or different. You go out and play. Eric Hinsky, Tim Buss would just constantly drill in my head. The only way you earn respect in this league is by playing. It doesn't matter if you're good or bad. You earn respect by playing. And the routine defensively is everything. That was always my safe space, because defense is the one thing you can control. Hitting, you can do everything right and still get out. So defense was always my thing, and I loved it, and I really took pride in it.
I'm curious, Anthony, when you think back on your career, when you look at the Cubs, obviously the World Series stands alone, but do you ever think of a moment, of a feeling of like standing in a certain spot and admiring what was going on around you? What would be your abiding kind of memory?
Oh man, there's a ton, I would say. I think the first one that came to my mind was the 2014 trade deadline, when we traded away Samardzija, got Addison Russell, and I just remember talking to Theo and that feeling of like, this will be the last time we sell at the deadline, because we weren't very good in 12, 13. 14, we started building momentum, and that feeling always stands out, of kind of a shift in the tide. And then another one was the offseason when we get Joe Madden. I've always respected Joe from afar, and then John Lester, the premier free agent in 2015, signs with us, and we're like, wow, he believes in this organization and what we're doing, and that just kept springboarding us to that championship.
And you guys won that championship in 2016, obviously, and it changed baseball history, Anthony, and Chicago sports history. I just wonder, we're in the midst of celebrating the 40-year anniversary of the 85 Bears, and the 85 Bears, they stand alone in Chicago sports, and yet there'll be some members of that team that will say they look back fondly, but some with a tinge of regret because they didn't win again. They didn't win another one, and they were positioned to. Do you understand that feeling? Do you look back at, as special as 2016 was, do you have any regrets about not getting back to the World Series?
No, I don't. We were so close in 15 and that heartbreak. We made another deep run in 17. And I think when you put it all on the line and you have perspective of how hard it is to win, we had to literally have a 17-minute rain delay amongst many other things to win the World Series, right? We had to have so many things go our way. And in baseball, that's how it goes. And I think that's why you don't see teams repeat like the Yankees did in, 2000, 2001, because it's just so hard to get back there and to win. You have to have so many things go your way. So we had a great team. We had great runs. We did everything we could, and it just didn't work out the other years. But I don't think any of us really will ever lay our head down on the pillow at night. No, we didn't do everything we could to win more.
Talking with Anthony Rizzo, who announced his retirement today. He's going to be celebrated Saturday in a one-day retirement as a Chicago Cub, going to be a team ambassador. Anthony, before we let you go, anything else that you recall fondly about your career that you want to put into perspective, and as excited as you are looking ahead?
Yeah, I think the charity work, for sure. Just everything I was able to do off the field with my team and the coaches around me, but my direct team of my inner circle was just so amazing, and I'll always be grateful for that. And my time in Chicago was amazing. I got traded, and it was such a blindside, but going to New York was such a blessing for me and my family as well to be in another historic franchise. So today, I just threw a video on my Instagram, watch it again. The tears are flowing, overwhelmed with joy right now. So I couldn't be happier to be coming back to Chicago, and this weekend's going to be really special. I'm going to have a lot of friends and family there, and I enjoy it. I'm going to sit out in the bleachers, enjoy a game. I went to my first game yesterday at Yankee Stadium, had a hot dog and a beer, and that's just a little warm-up to what will be on Saturday.
They ought to let you, jump on top of the tarp and watch a game from there.
I would love it. It's a different vantage point when you walk into the stadium as a fan, and doing it for the first time at Wrigley is going to be special.
Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us.
Thanks, Anthony. Great stuff.